It was an Imperial Seed blend through Soren, and it was the TG Rejuvenate blend. It had ryegrass, clover, phacelia, plantain, some kale, chicory, turnips, and rape. Then I added oats and some rye and some sunflowers just to have a bit of a make-work project for myself doing that. And then I put Eco Tea on it as well before I seeded it. The plan was to graze it, but the way the hay is this year, I'm looking at cutting it and wrapping it up into dry hay, I'm thinking. I grew a cover crop. It was a similar blend to this. It was a little different. We grazed from somewhere, I don't know, maybe over here, that way. And then the rest of it I wrapped up into silage bales and fed in the wintertime.
The 30 acres of cover crop from last year, the canola did not germinate with a dam on it. But I'm not saying it was a cover crop, I'm just saying it was maybe how it was handled or the type of year too, being that it was so friggin' dry this spring. But I think the cover crop last year was, well, I know it was taken off as green feed. And when it came back for regrowth, she grazed it right to the well, up to February. They picked through it all year. When I went in there to sow, at least the barley stubble had a capture. It captured some snow and everything and all that. 8 days later, you could roll the canola from one end to the other. But that cover crop, it was well over a month and maybe probably even 5 weeks before you even got an even decent germination. It was pretty piss poor. So I just think it robbed the soil of moisture a bit. But I think if you're going to do it, I think you need to leave something there to capture snow and just to cover the ground. Is my thoughts.
You know, you have multiple species versus say monoculture. You have something green growing longer. That's the big one I'm thinking, right? You gotta keep, like, what is going on even on a cloudy day like today? The sun is shining, green plant, photosynthesis, converting CO2 and water into sugar, pumping that carbon into the soil to feed the life in the soil, rebuild the soil carbon. That's how we've built these fertile grassland soils over the past 10,000 years. And we can kind of mimic that through cover crops, perennials, you know, and cash crops. But we got to keep it green more days. Because whether you grow grain or grass, your yield, and this is maybe something that doesn't get talked about a lot in agriculture, probably mainly because you can't sell sunlight and make money, is that your yield is a function of sunlight, period. Okay? That doesn't mean you don't need moisture, right? We're dry, so a year like this could be the limiting factor. But you need to trap as much sunlight as many days as you possibly can. And then when it does rain, try to hold on to that moisture as best you can. Grow something green. And that can be bushels or bales.